What is happening, guys? Code Black Abscott here, coming at you with another awesome video. Today, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 6 beta, as well as the open beta for Week 1 and Week 2 with some of the new maps and what my opinions are, and should you buy the game before, buy the game now or, pay later or wait for it to come out on, EA Play or Game Pass or whatever. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, and kind of giving you an overview on how I feel about the game and how I've had a nice experience. I probably played this game for probably I'd say pretty close to 40 hours. I've gotten all the challenges complete for Week 1. I'm working on Week 2 now, which there's some extra challenges in there for people that want that sort of thing. So so Battlefield 6. Honestly, there's basically 4 classes and kind of everything that breaks down. The engineer class is like your, weapon or vehicle support, as well as has an RPG, and SMG has basically no hipfire spread or low hipfire spread. You have your assault class, which just gets an extra primary gun, so another shotgun or assault rifle, things like that. You also get the recon class, which is a sniper rifle class that spots spots enemies if you have them over your crosshairs. And you have the medic, which is actually specializing in having, medic. So they have a defibrillator, which instantly revives someone once it's equipped out, as well as has an LMG and quick revive with a new drag mechanic that's in the game. So any class, regardless of what you are, can revive partners, as well as revive anyone that's downed on the field. Maybe it's specifically friendlies in your party. I can't remember specifically on that topic, but I believe anyone can come up and revive you, especially not in your party medics. So, honestly, the game has some good maps and some maps that are just, mixed. They have a desert map, which happens to be my favorite. The visuals, of course, are top-notch. The destruction is back with pretty much fully destructible fronts of buildings. Some buildings can fully collapse, but some of the ones that involve the game's, geometry and things like that, the buildings are fully not collapsible. So again, there's some buildings that, like, the sides of the building or the roofs or stuff like that, can just collapse on top of you and actually kill you, as well as damage you depending on what's going on. There's also a lot of, like, fire barrels and things like that that can catch you on fire, which is, I think, actually what can happen in 2042 as well, which is really cool. The reviving system is personally one of my favorite additions. Being able to just go up and revive your party members and drag them into, like, a real more gritty style simulation, revive system, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a unique thing that I don't think was really asked, but was just done just for the fun sake. And that's kind of where this game really focuses, is on the fun factor. There's a lot of good maps that take advantage of multi-lanes, and Battlefield's always been one of those conquest games that just fully takes advantage and kind of gets you strategically on where to pin down areas. The only downside to this game specifically is I feel like the repetitiveness will get kind of there, once you've completed your daily challenges, or weekly, if they continue after the beta, because, again, this is still a beta product. This is not a full release. This is not a full review of the full game, as it is not completely out yet. But I like I like what I've been playing so far in terms of the gameplay. The weekly tasks aren't super difficult, but they are nice little rewards, as well as skins and cosmetics. Whether or not this carries into the full game will depend on whether or not some people would even want to play the game. I like the sense of accomplishment from achieving these tasks. So that involves, reviving players, killing players with certain attachments or weapons or, whatever. If you can throw a digital skin on there, as long as they're not like, a unicorn skin, which Battlefield 6 has said that they're not going with, like Nicki Minaj skins or anime skins, which may deduce some of the COD players or Fortnite players, because they like their wacky, weird skins. And again, they might make some that are like, realistically gritty, but also kind of silly. We'll see how that goes. They say that now, and then they're like, wow, no one's buying any skins. Let's add a Attack on Titan skin or something. I don't know. So that's the state. Again, it's a beta product. They say one thing, and all of a sudden it becomes a pay-to-win microtransaction thing 2 months after reviews have been pushed out for things. So that's just things to think about, as well as just in general. Sniping in this game feels just as good as 2042, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, somewhere in there. All the games, all the sniping feels great. The sniper has also a UAV recon kill streak kind of thing. You have like a kind of a ability that's tied to the classes specifically, which is kind of cool. And it just sniping feels good. I enjoyed sniping quite a bit, even after I completed challenges. Some maps are just bigger and have wide open lanes, and sniping is just the way to go with that. Pistols are pretty well balanced. The medic feels the most broken or most overpowered, just because the defibrillator as well as the instant revives are really drastically reduced revive counters as well. It's really easy and it's really chill. Um, but it's fine. It seems good. Again, the thing that would make you want to buy this game, that is what we're talking about today. Because honestly, the beta was solid. It was really fun. There was no rockiness. The Soul servers were completely full. There was like 300,000 players on just PC alone, which I would imagine there's probably close to 1 million players online. I would have to guess, or 500,000 at least. No, I think it was on Steam alone. It was over 500,000, I think. So there's a lot of players playing this game, and I didn't see any server hitches or weird instability problems, especially with PCs. I expect for this game looking this good. There's videos of people playing this game with like a 5090 playing at 8K 120, which again, of course, is like with fake frames and other things like that. But the game is very well optimized. I was playing it at 1440p and getting well over 1440p in ultra, and I was getting well over 160 FPS. So the game is definitely there if you're playing within your resolution limits and stuff like that. Consoles, it seemed pretty good as well. I didn't play it very much on any other console. I played it on my Xbox for like a hot minute just to get some bugs fixed out for my account. But honestly, it felt pretty good. I do want to try this on my little Lenovo Legion Go, which I just got. So there'll be some more stuff coming out about that as well. But no, the maps seem pretty well. Even some of the maps I didn't enjoy, it wasn't like I was dreading playing the map. It was just like, oh, we're playing this map, oh, whatever. That was my thing. So in terms of that, it just seemed like the game is pretty solid. Whether or not the challenges come over, the self accomplishment section is something that I'm really looking forward to, because I like having to earn skins and rewards instead of just buying them for 15 to 20 bucks. There is no store in this beta as well, so we don't have an expectation on what to expect. There's no like pre-order bonuses that give you a skin that will tell you, how much relatively the skins will cost. So keep that in mind as we're moving this forward. There is a pretty in-depth customization as well in this game that affect all stats. It kind of has like a pick 10 kind of system. Instead, it's called attachment points. You can't go past the threshold, but you can take equipment off, put equipment back on, and it reduces recoil, hip fire precision, control mobility. It doesn't seem to be affecting very much. Some of the suppressors are kind of OP. The sights are pretty cool. They have some pretty cool sights on these guns, which the LMG is insane. The reload sucks, but there's not like a way to speed that up. I would like to have seen a gun that can potentially use a mag instead of a belt fed, but whatever. So, yeah, the desert map has to be my favorite, especially with playing with friends. There's a lot of chaos that can happen, a lot of close quarters engagement, which makes it good for all classes. Personally, the audio is stellar. The gun sounds are cool. The vehicles are insane. There's like jets and helicopters, tanks, ATV or not ATVs. Little warthogs, stuff like that. So the game's pretty cool. It's got a lot of unique vehicles. Again, if you're in a tank, you're maining that quite a bit with an engineer class, you're most likely going to be number one or high on the leaderboard. I would say you can capture objectives pretty easily. People seem to be kind of dumb when it comes to counterattacking vehicles, because the sniper class gets C4, the assault class gets a grenade launcher, and Yeah, so there's and obviously the engineer gets an RPG. So there's a lot of things to counteract vehicles in this game, which some people I would say are deterred by that, but also don't mind it that much. So what's my verdict? Buy the game, not buy the game. Me personally, I'm only going to buy it just because my friends are already invested into the series, and it will be fun to make some videos and just play the game because it was honestly pretty fun. The matches were pretty not long. Main conquest games were about, I would say, 17 minutes long. I've had long games like 24 minutes. That's if we're like, down to the wire, 0 to 12 to 12 situations. So that's my thing. My friends are invested. So if you have friends that are already into the series and want to continue playing it, definitely recommend them to get the game because it is really, really fun. And the beta is open this weekend, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. Um, if you want to wait, because there's a lot of unknown fallacies behind this game, how the challenges are going to be completely functioning. What kind of skins are they going to be doing? What kind of game modes are they bringing? What kind of content are we continuing to check out when the game goes live? When it actually hits the green marker? When it's actually complete? I don't think it's going to change much from the beta. Personally, they might have obviously skins and stuff like that. So I expect that to change a little bit, but in terms of how the game is fully functioning, I don't know. We'll see how that works. The game seems to be fun. If you're looking for a self accomplishment, there's not really a way for me to say yes. This game is amazing. I can't tell you for certain that the game is going to be coming out in a finished state because there's not really anything that says yes or no. So if you're wanting a full retail version of a game and you're okay with maybe features not being added in that you were missing in the last game, then I wouldn't purchase it, me personally. Um, because there is going to be features that may be missing when the full retail release comes out. Um, there's not an official date yet, or procurements of anything, honestly. So we'll keep an eye on that. But for the most part, I'm playing the game because my friends are playing it. The game is actually really fun. If you're looking for a new fun first-person shooter, I would highly recommend it, and it's easy to run on all systems. So, guys, that's my review of the beta. Honestly, I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10. It was a pretty solid experience, pretty fun, and I had a blast with my friends. There's a lot of fun moments, so I'll be making some videos about all of that stuff coming soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Peace.